around this time last year, I did a video of series that I wanted to start in 2021. So I figured we would check in on that, see how I did. Spoiler alert, not good. Of all of my goals videos, this was the worst, but also not horrible. Like, it's weird, okay? I still want to attempt it as well, so I'm going to talk about what I did read, what I haven't read, and then talk about my new list for next year, because I have not learned. Because realistically, maybe I can't start 10 series, although that's not true. I just never know which ones it'll be, but I'm going to try. We're going to try this. So last year I had about 10 series that I talked about, and yeah, a lot of them I didn't read. So the first one, Every Heart a Doorway. No, that's the start of the Shauna McGuire series. I didn't read it. I don't know why. I own them all. Like, I have like the Tor free copies, and if they do it again for the one that came out last year, I'll go get that and put it in its folder on my Kindle. But I haven't read them yet, and I have other novellas I want to read by Shauna McGuire, so goodness knows when this is happening. Have not read Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky yet. Nope, that was another one. And that's just a duology. That's just Children of Time and Children of Ruin. Haven't done it. I haven't read Sylvain Neuvel's Sleeping Giants. Don't know why. That hasn't happened. All Systems Red. Yeah, this is another one. Just like the Every Heart a Doorway. I have them all, and I have not read them. Actually, that's not true. I don't think I have the novel or the newest novella, but I have like the first 3 or something. I have a large number of Murderbot. And also haven't started Malice by John Gwynne. That was also in the video. Can you see why I mean that this video was a failure? These are all things I mentioned in that video. I also haven't read Dawn by Octavia Butler, but I also had the Patternist series on there, so we'll talk about that real quick, because I had Wild Seed as a book I wanted to read in 2021, and I did, and I read the entire Pattern Master series, which is 5 books, and I do have a review for that series. So maybe that makes up for not reading 4 other starts of series, because I read 5 books, right? I think so, and I bought Dawn, so Dawn will happen. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty book, actually. I have it right here. I really love this. And if I like it, the other 2 covers are coming out. Like, I think the sequel's already out, and it's a beautiful blue. And I don't know what the third one's going to look like. I think that reprinting happens later on this fall. And there's so much cat hair on it. Goodness. It's got a nice buttery cover, but then it attracts all sorts of dust when you don't read it. So, like I said, did read Wild Seed. So that was on the list. Yay! Did I read Leviathan Wakes? No, I did not. Maybe when I finish one of these other really long popular series. Maybe. Because I don't think it was in the video, but I ended up starting and reading the first 4 books in Malazan Book of the Falling, and I'm still on the 5th book right now. So maybe that's kind of like an impromptu swap out, because they're both 9 to 10 book series. I'm pretty sure Leviathan Wakes is much easier to read, but this is what I've done. I did read Ship of Magic, that was on my list, and I read the entire Live Ship Traders series. I bought nice covers, I have a review and a should you read, I have spoiler chats for all the books. That was a success. I'm calling that unmitigated success, and I not only started it, I finished it, and I loved it. I did actually start Ninth Reign by Jen Williams, and I am actually in the middle of Bitter Twins right now, and I'm hoping to read The Poison Song, the 3rd book, in December. So that would be another series that I finish. So I wasn't very good at starting things on this list, but I was very good at once I started it, finished it. I think the only things I picked up were Wild Seed, Ship of Magic, Ninth Reign, and I don't remember if Malazan was in the video or not. I think that was an addition after I filmed it. But I read 4 1/4 books of Malazan and finished the rest of those series. So in some ways, I am happy with these results. In others, I am disappointed in myself. So then for next year, what are the 10 books? And you've probably guessed it, there's going to be some returning things. So for example, Murderbot. That's happening in January. I am making a spoiler vlog for my Patreons in January. That's the buddy read. I am going to meet Murderbot. It's going to happen. And if I like it, there is no reason not to finish out that series or at least get caught up so I can be a part of all the hype, every Goodreads Choice Award or Hugo Award when everyone's like, oh yeah, new Murderbot. So that's great. I am going to read Dawn, like I said. I have it right here. I would have loved to read it sooner than I have so I could buy the other books, but that just hasn't happened. It's so stunning. I'm really excited for that. I think predictions are hard to say when you still have a lot more works to read. That has potential with its concepts to be my favorite Octavia Butler series. There's a chance. I'm going to read Malice by John Gwynne. If in November of 2022, I have not read Malice or any other John Gwynne book, I don't even know. I don't even know what punishment to give myself. Feel free to make fun punishments in the comment section. Malice has been on my TBR since like March of 2020. Okay? Like if by November 2022 this hasn't happened, I don't even know. And now on to like some more new things that I'm excited for, because I think of the ones I didn't get to, these are ones I'm still interested in really prioritizing. It's not that I still don't want to read Every Heart a Doorway or Sleeping Giants, it's just they don't interest me as much right now. These ones still very much interest me and I want to read them. Now we got the next Robin Hobb, the Tawny Man series, so I think Fool's Errand might be the first one. Hopefully I really like it. I want to continue with the Realm of the Elderlings, and I'm not going to put 2 Robin Hobb series, but if I ended up really liking it and not being burnt out, I might try to also read the Quartet, because, I don't know, I've been liking binging out series, and although technically they're broken into chunks, the Realm of the Elderlings series, I only have 10 books left. Gosh, that doesn't sound reasonable whatsoever. And then I have Ancillary Justice by Ann Leckie. I am so excited for this. I have been seeing this book on the shelf at the bookstore for years. I've been like, what's this book about? No idea. Now, do I pick up the book and read the synopsis or look on Goodreads or anything? No, I do no research. I'm just more like, wonder what this is about. And then I learned from my friend Carrie when we did our Space Sirens discussion on Nine Fox Gambit that Nine Fox Gambit reminded her of Ancillary Justice in its world-building techniques. And I'm like, yes. So I think that's a trilogy that is going to really scratch some of that space opera world-building itch that I need in my life. So hopefully that works out. Another sci-fi's Infomocracy. So this is the start of a trilogy that I got turned on to by Jocelyn from Yogi with a Book, and I think it's, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy, and it's about a world where basically a large search engine, I think, is part of the democracy of it all. Like, it's, you know, one of those type of look at society if blank happened sort of thing, and I am a sucker for those, and I've heard it has thriller suspense elements as well, which is something I do really like in my sci-fi stories. I also have War Child by Karen Lowachi. I might be saying that wrong. This is a short story author who I really liked their works, and they have a kind of military sci-fi series that is very unknown. It's very under the radar. No one talks about it. But I'm really intrigued by it because the one story I read from them in Sunspot Jungle Volume 1 still sticks with me. It was so good. And so I want to try this out, and hopefully if I like the first book, I think it's a trilogy, finish it out. But War Child's on my list because I'm interested in it. Didn't realize this was so sci-fi heavy, but that's a good thing because when I read too many fantasy series, I forget to read sci-fi books. It's a problem. And then, though, we do have a fantasy. This has been on my list for a long time, and Jess, this is for you. Theft of Swords. I have seen this author's name everywhere, Michael Sullivan, and I don't really know if this is where you're supposed to start, but it's where I'm starting. And I think Theft of Swords actually has the first 2 books in a 6-book series called Rhyria Revelations. Captioning that is going to be fun. And I think the reason why I want to read this is because I have been told that there is a great platonic partnership in this story, and that it's like the glue of it, and that's everything to me. Like, I want it. I hope that's what it actually has. And if it doesn't, someone should correct me because I'm going in with expectations of camaraderie and friendship, and I want it. I really want it. The next one is actually a reread, but I wanted to put it on this list because it's going to take an amount of my time, and that's Mistborn Era 2. I have read the first 3 books. I've read Alloy of Law, I think, twice, and the rest only once. So this is actually my least read part of the Cosmere besides the short story anthology. Or I guess collection, because it's all the same author. I always get those things confused. If you didn't know, The Lost Metal comes out next fall. This time next year, I will be all hyped. I will be so hyped. So I want to, I for sure want to reread this series. I already reread Mistborn Era 1 this year. I've got reviews and some spoiler chats for that if you want those things. I'm excited. It's a really fun series to read, and I've only read it once, and I want to meet these characters again, play with this magic system. I will probably, for sure, at least have buddy read channels in my Discord when that happens. If I can get my life together, I might host or be part of co-hosting a read-along, because I'm sure everyone and their mother is going to be doing that on YouTube. But I'm reading it, and I'm very excited. And then the last one is a big project, and hopefully I love it. And this is because of a subscriber, and I'm really pumped about it, because I have always been looking for older sci-fi by women authors, and this is the Foreigner series. And I'm going to start with Foreigner. I think this is one of those series that's like 20 books long, but it's split into trilogies and stuff, and I always hear Rachel on her channel Culinati always talking about it and raving about it. I don't really know what it's about. I just know it's a sci-fi series. And I know that the first book might take some getting into because of like editor and author disputes about the beginning, but I'm intrigued. I'm really excited, and I hope I really like it, because I want some more backlist sci-fi that I'm really excited about on my list. So yeah, some returning people, but a lot of new faces, a lot more sci-fi, which excites me, because I'm for sure just going to naturally read all the fantasy anyways, because that's who I am. That's my brand. Let me know what you're looking forward to reading next year, if you're already making those plans, because I for sure am. I only have, gosh, when you're seeing this, there's only like 5 weeks left. The TBR is tight. There's not much more going on it, so. But if you want to leave an emoji, oh gosh, I don't know. Leave a sword for Theft of Swords. That seems reasonable. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.